On the topic of teaching creativity, I think we need a three-pronged approach. Three steps that might not be equally important but are all individually necessary. So the first one, I think, is to master the craft. We need to teach kids to master the art forms, to understand their structure, the technical and formal requirements. You know, we sometimes think of the genius as someone who comes at it from outside a discipline and just radically reinvents it from nowhere. That exists, it happens, but it's very, very rare, and you'd have to be a towering genius, a man of, or woman, of extraordinary talent to pull that off. Most other people come at it after years of mastering a craft, of understanding the techniques, understanding the structure, understanding the formal and aesthetic requirements. So in schools, we need to foster that. We need to teach people that before you can take flight and experiment, you need to master the craft. The second, and in my view most important step in teaching creativity is we need to foster the idea in kids that it's important to think outside the box. We have to dare, we have to take chances. And together with that it's okay to make mistakes. Because if you're taking chances, you're going to screw up a lot. But from those screw-ups and from learning from that, but also from the chances you take, that's where creativity springs from. And I feel that in our conformity-loving culture, we're not teaching kids this. In fact, we're teaching them to be afraid of screwing up, to stay within the box. And look, we all have that moment at school where the teacher asked the question and we knew the answer and we raised our hand and we said the answer and it was wrong and everyone laughed. That moment is etched inside our memory. We have this culture of, oh no, I can't be seen to be wrong. But that's wrong. We actually need to be able to think outside the box, take chances, dare, and also screw up. We need to teach this. Another step in teaching creativity is we need to broaden people's educations and get away from the current trend of hyper-specialization whereby we only study a few select subjects. Instead, no, we need to be broad. We need to engage with everything from the arts to history to the other humanities and sciences. Because here's the thing, creativity is often just a matter of finding connections between different things that other people didn't see there. You know, we all know the stories about the guys on the Manhattan Project who got their intuitions from playing golf and how the ball would spin. If they didn't have access or exposure to golf, they might not have had that intuition. And the more different things you study, the more subjects you have where you can sort of pick different connections and different elements and see whether analogies work or not. That broadening of our education, that being a bit more polymathic, I think that's very important because you have more things you can make connections between.